The wait is over. OCAA action returns for men's basketball here at the Simply Financial Athletic Center. The women's game just wrapped up moments ago. Alex Vandenheck, MJ Graham. It's the Hawks and the Knights as NC looks to get back to 500. They ended the first half of the season 4-5. Humber 8-1. But a developing story, local Malik Grant not in the lineup here today. One of the best players in the OCAA, regardless of sport. There's a look at Malik Grant there. We saw him walk in limping pregame. You look at his resume, MJ, and I mean, it speaks for itself. CCAA All-Canadian, CCAA Tournament MVP, CCAA Athlete of the Week, Athlete of the Year, OCAA Player of the Year, First Team All-Star. This was all last year. He is by far one of the best players, and I mean, barring health, he's probably going to win MVP again, averaging 17.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 2 steals on nearly 50-50-95 splits.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough loss for Humber, geez.
And NC is going to be shorthanded themselves. No Isaiah Panam, no Josh Ntumba available for the team here today as they get hyped pregame.
No Eric Tassar as well?
No Eric Tassar won't be with the team the second half of the season. NC won their last game against Canadore on the road, where they were led by Nathan Reed, who had 11 points, 2 assists, and a steal. In his second career appearance, didn't really play all that much and was fantastic in his second game of the season as ZR throws it down pregame. Another guy who's been really good. He's currently 4th best in three-point percentage in the OCAA at a blistering 52.6%, averaging 5.4 points per game, as we'll send it down courtside for the playing of our national anthem. So O Canada underway, starting lineups starting any moment now. We're starting a little bit behind. Tip-off was scheduled for 8 o'clock, currently 8:10 local time, as the starting lineups introduced locally. And of course, no Malik Grant, who is going to be a big loss for this Humber Hawks team. But Niagara, in their own right, missing a couple guys. As I mentioned before, no Josh Ntumba, no Isaiah Panam. And Eric Tassar no longer with the team. So 2 starters no longer, or I should say, not in the lineup here today. As the starters for NC, it's Sky Samuel, K2, C3, Joseph Buckley, and his first start of his career, Fisher Jackson, with the injuries and leaving of Eric Tassar Fisher will start his first game of the season. He's only played 3 games all year long, played solid against Cannondor. And Coach Hilton trusting in his first year. And it'll be a tough task for Fish, but he's not going to get much of a better opportunity than what he has present, and he's here to pounce on it. Louis wins the tip, 4th in the OCAA in blocks per game for the Humber Hawks, 8-1 on the season. Dribble handoff here to Brady Clark, the reigning 6th man of the year. Turnover, Buckley, he lays it up and in with the left. Buckley had 20 points and 4 steals on the 29th of October against Humber. Shot 3 of 12 from 3, and he's averaging the 3rd best free throw percentage in the association at 86.4%. 3 put up and 2 strong by Dwayne Burke as it's played there by Antweet. Burke up with the right, and a hard collision with Christopher Spann will send Dwayne Burke to the line for the first time this evening.
Coach Hilton having a word with the guys while the first free throw attempt is made.
You don't usually see all 5 guys with 45 seconds in going over to the bench to get word with Laquan, or any head coach for that matter. Foul on Christopher Spann, who has been arguably, I would probably say, Niagara's best player in the first half of the season. 13.3 points, 3.4 rebounds, 2.6 steals on 42-34 splits. K2 looking to break this full court pressure. Christopher Spann getting up and getting that foul. Spann up with the right, no good. Fisher Jackson in the vicinity, puts it up and in. Fisher Jackson off the fluke play. And his first start, gets his first field goal as a starter. All bouncing around, picked up by Samuel. Skylar Samuel this season averaging only 1 free throw per game, and last year averaged 5 attempts a game. An alarming stat as Buckley gets the screen from Fisher. Buckley back over for C3, no good. And Humber will eventually pick up the rebound here with Antweet.
That was a little bit deep, that one.
And the foul will go on Joseph Buckley, his first.
Knight's got to tighten up a little bit on those fouls, given that it's only 2 minutes in.
Off the foot of Samuel, it'll stay with the Hawks. Sky this season, his points per game also dipping by 5 points. As Brady Clark puts up the corner 3 and in. Burke took a hard fall off of that screen, and Humber back in front. Buckley thought about the 3, back over for Spann. Spann up with the right, bounces in. Would have been offensive basket interference, as I think one of the Hawks held onto the rim, but nonetheless, 2 points for C3. Good contest from Fisher Jackson, no one there to get that rebound, as Humber restores their lead. Samuel drives in with 2. Hawks on him. gets swarmed. And now the Hawks a chance to run. Burke, top of the key, defended by Samuel. Nearly getting that steal with Sky, and it's back over here with Antwi. Screen coming from Alui. Jackson on the mismatch, 3 on the shot clock, put up and short. The rebound picked up by Sky. Good defense from NC. And the offensive foul is going to go on Fisher Jackson. And Fish will have a seat for difference. Benhe, who got off, we called the game against Conestoga where he was so good, especially on the offensive glass. In October, he averaged 7.5 points per game and has really plummeted in November, only 1.8.
Yeah, Coach Hilton for the second half of the last semester really went to a tight rotation. I think he was only playing around 7 or 8 guys. Also, the Knights doing a much better job of being offensively responsible. Throughout the season, they've been kind of up and down with their offense.
Samuel on the corner, thought about the 3. He'll find it down low for difference. Difference with 3 bodies in him. More wide open for 3, just too strong.
Good look,
chance for Brady Clark to run the other way. Brady Clark can't finish. And now a chance for Span to push. C3 up with the right. It'll be an offensive foul.
Not sure the defender had his feet set on that one.
Pardon me. It will be an and 1 for Christopher Span. You're right, didn't have his feet set. As Noah Lee will check in here for Coach Laquan. And Christopher Span in November averaged 17.6 points, 3.8 steals, and had a tough game against Cannondor, only 2 points. And we've seen, especially here at home, how good he can be. A couple of 25-point games. Span nearly losing it. Over for Benhe. Benhe trying to spin, loses that ball, and now the other way with Antwi. Antwi finishes, and now Buckley looking to run. Buckley from the free throw line, no good. Had Lee open in the corner, and Antwi will slow things down. K2 gets the steal on the fast break. Moore will lay it up and in. NC and Humber going punch for punch as Niagara reclaims the 1-point lead. Backdoor cut and can't finish was Ndongo. Here comes C3 up with the right, too strong, and it's brought down by Haywood. More of an offensive first quarter. You go back to that game in October, it was only 66-54. As there's a look at that layup by Span, could have been a foul.
A little bit of court cleanup.
Shot clock being fixed here down to 14. Buckley in for difference. Buckley off the screen. Buckley drives in with the right. Too short, but Benhe getting there on the glass. He's gotten his money he was worth all season.
Nice cleanup there.
Ndongo Over for Harewood. McBenhay with the defensive rebound. Now here comes Caden. Morris setting the screen for McBenhay. Lee stops up into the corner. Samuel thought about the three. He'll drive in, and with a couple bodies on him, he'll get stopped. Into the game now, Christian Desjardins, who had a huge exhibition game, had 18 points, 6 of 9 from the field, including 6 of 7 from downtown. And Humber's exhibition game against Western.
6 of 7 from downtown is not something you want to mess with.
And another guy who you don't want to mess with from downtown, Steven John Mesidor into the game. I mentioned 4th best three-point shooter by percentage in the OCAA this season. Dribble handoff here with Jackson. Ndongo, top of the key, over for Desjardins. Defended by Samuel. Taken up, and the offensive foul. McBenhay drawing the charge. And that's when he's at his best, is getting those charges and picking up those offensive rebounds, and that's what we've seen so far. And NC up to an early 3-point lead.
Doing a great job of putting himself in a position to pick up those little extra plays.
McBenhay, fake the handoff to Lee. Lee, screen set by McBenhay. Lee back out for Meziar for 3, no good. And the rebound picked up by Ndongo. Ndongo with a chance to run. He puts it up with 2 white sweaters on him. McBenhay trying to throw it down full court, and it's picked off by Jackson. Into the paint. And Amari Anderson will put it up. And McBenhay, you can see the frustration on that call, as we'll get, I thought it was a substitution, a meeting with Laquan and his guys.
Second time.
Let's go, team.
As the first is good for Amari Anderson, who's a 75% free throw shooter, only has attempted now 13 shots. As the lane violation will be called on NC, won't matter as it was made.
Humber coach, very animated.
Lee breaks that half-court press. Into the corner, but that pass way out of the reach of Mesidar.
A little too much mustard on that one.
Probably more than just a little bit too much. That was probably a foot over the hands of...
As if the cap broke off.
Anderson, top of the key. Dribble handoff for Jackson. Desjardins defended by Lee. Jackson thought about an 8 on the shot clock. Desjardins from deep, no good. And the offensive rebound picked up by Harewood. Desjardins into the paint, and we'll get a foul called, I believe, on Lee. Yes, it'll be Noah Lee who picks up the foul.
2 shots.
Noah Lee had a career-high 8 points against Canadore. Didn't really get much action this first half of the season, but got an opportunity against Canadores. We'll take a look at that foul as we'll get a substitution. Span. He gets doubled and gives it over for Egbenhe. Egbenhe driving in with the left. Difference making the difference. As he's up to 4 points and a perfect 2 of 2 from the floor. Desjardins defended by Samuel. Desjardins driving in and a tough layup and a good contest from Sky. And of course not fouling.
Coming in for Humber, number 11.
I think that's an underrated part of his game, Skyler. We know how good offensively he can be, and we saw it last year, but defensively, he's got the potential to take your best player right out of the game. As we saw on that last play, completely shutting down Desjardins. Meziar, step back from mid-range, left that one too strong. Here's Jackson, defended by Lee. Back over for Anderson. Anderson dribble handoff for Ndongo. Nearly getting the steal was Christopher Span, 8 on the shot clock. Back out for Anderson for 3. Heaves it too strong, and Egbenhe picking up the rebound. Samuel in the corner, up fake. Samuel, he takes it up, and what a tough layup by Skyler Samuel with 2 bodies on him, and he still finishes. Anderson dribbles that one out of bounds. And NC with a chance to get a 3-possession lead with 26 on the game clock. Joseph Buckley back into the game for Mazidar.
This is a much more in-control nice team than we saw before the break.
Buckley just content to get the last shot and still get the screen from Egbenhe. Buckley, 10 to go. Looking for Egbenhe as it's picked off by Waite. Waite puts it up with the right, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for a pair.
I believe that puts Humber in the bonus.
Won't matter regardless, as it was a shooting foul and 4.7 left to go. But now Joseph Buckley concerning, already with 2 fouls in the first.
Yeah, you really hate to give up those fast break fouls that you should just let go.
2 minute waits. 2 shots.
Waite has not shot a free throw this season as he misses the first. So not the end of the world that you give up free throws, but of course you want to keep arguably your best player out of foul trouble as Waite splits them. 4.7 left as the Knights will look to get a last shot. Egbenhe over for Span for 3. No good. Put back by Egbenhe as he misses it and jump kicks the wall.
You almost had it. You could taste it.
And at the end of the first quarter, a good one at that. Niagara shorthanded with the 3-point advantage after 10. And for NC, MJ, they have 6 different point scorers in that first quarter. And they've only gone to the free throw line once, and that was for Christopher Span on his and one, where he missed the free throw. And Humber with 6 of 8 points from the charity stripes as we'll look at Fisher's first basket. Fisher in his first start of the campaign. Of course, we mentioned no Isaiah Panam and Josh Ntumba and Eric Tassar no longer with the team in this second half of the season. So a great opportunity for Fisher Jackson in the starting lineup. Christopher Span with the right bouncing around and in.
Always great to see a diversity of scorers.
I mentioned 6 different players with field goals so far. And for Humber, only 3 players with field goals. Isaiah Brady Clark, Kumwabe, and Antwi. And there's a look at K2's steal. And of course, Adrian Alui with a field goal of his own. But Humber's gotten a lot of their points from the line, nearly half of their points from the charity stripe, which you'd have to think that's advantage Niagara because they haven't scored from the line yet. They scored 16 points all on field goals.
Yeah. Coming back to that K2 layup, that's another good thing that they've improved upon. Last semester, they had a real difficulty with just closing out easy layups.
And also, I 100% agree with that, but there was a couple times, I know one of them was Sky, and I forget the other one, where they'd go for a dunk, they'd miss it, and you think, you said it, I remember that you said, remember that play, that could bite you. A 4-point swing, as that one's no good.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to let the easy ones go.
But especially when you're short-handed like this, you have to take every single point you can get. Doesn't matter if it's a 360 windmill or just a finger roll. You got to take the 2 points no matter how you can get them. Here comes Lee driving in. Floater with the right, and no good. Brady Clark now the other way. Clark up with the right, gets fouled. You can hear the smack from the broadcast booth. He'll go to the line for 2.
Speaking of windmills, one of the things I did over the break was go back and watch some old Sean Kemp videos. And boy, oh boy, that was a man who could throw it down.
Sean Kemp, one of the most athletic players in NBA history. At least at home. I don't think we've seen a dunk yet for NC at home yet this season.
We did. It was K2 because he got an attack on it. Or not attack, he got the foul. Remember, he hung on the rim?
Oh, yep, that's right, yep. Stolen away and put up and in by Benny Kazidi. It's Lee bringing it past center as we're knotted up here at 16. Lee calling for the screen. Lee, step back 3. No good. Fisher Jackson in pursuit on the glass. And now a chance for Humber to run with Antwi. Antwi gets stripped of the ball by Samuel. Good hands from Sky. As his fellow Atlanta, Georgia native Christopher Spann will check back in. Stolen away from Spann, fresh off the bench. Spann, spin move, misses the shot on the rebound. Skylar Samuel cleaning up for his fellow Atlanta native.
Doing a great job of sticking with the play right there.
Brady Clark, top of the key, defended by Jackson. Mismatch. Into the corner again, Brady Clark, sidestep 3. Nothing but net for the reigning 6th man of the year. Humber restores their 1-point lead. Mesidor looking for Spann. Spann up with the right, and in, and 1 for C3.
Going for a 3-point play.
Chance to finish the 3-point play the old-fashioned way for C3. Had a chance in that first quarter and missed. And it rattles around and in. Christopher Spann, exactly 50% on the season from the charity stripe. Of course, 50% here on the day. Niagara hasn't been able to get to the line at all.
You'd like that average to go up a little bit.
Down into the post, and it's taken away by Mesidor. Mesidor stopping up, looking for Sky. Sky driving in, looking for Spann. Spann into the corner, K2. Sidestep, K2 for 3. And K2 knocks down the trait. As it's back up to a 2-possession game, and the Knights force the turnover.
If you're Humber, you got to worry about seeing K2 get hot.
K2, a bit of a disappointing start to his season. 6.6 points, 3.3 boards, 1.6 assists. His three-point shooting has gone up by 8% in the first half of the season. But when he's going, he is a good example of a 3-level scorer. You saw that against Conestoga. Egbenhe drives in and can't finish. Here's Brady Clark over for Desjardins. Handoff for Burke. Into the quarter, Brady Clark. Heat check, no good. As it's off the hands of, looked like Desjardins from here, but the officials will say it's going to stay with Humber.
I think it went off Skylar, maybe?
Off the inbound, it's taken away from Span. Good hands, picked back up and in by Adrian Alui. And we're back down to 1-possession game. Samuel, top of the key. Samuel, he gets fouled, and Desjardins can't believe the call, as well as Coach Miles in his 5th year with the Hawks. As Joseph Buckley, back in the game we mentioned before, has been dealing with some foul trouble, picked up 2 in the first. As Coach Hilton will call things over with 6:42 left in the first frame. As a look at that Niagara sideline. A good first 14 minutes so far, but when you're going up against one of the best, if not the best, you have to bring your A game. We'll take a look at K2's corner 3. Sidestep. And Caden's 3-point percentage, you go from year 1 to year 3. He was at 15.2%. Last year, 27.5, and now he's up to 34.8, which will go up. For now, at least, he's 1 for 2. But he's made that leap from his 3-point shot, going from a subpar at best 3-point shooter to a very capable one at that for this NC team.
That was also a really good example of what I've been talking about all season, about how if you have good ball movement, you're going to get good looks. But just driving hard in the lane and jacking up shots is not an offense make.
100%. And I mean, of course, it was a nice move from K2 to have the sidestep. But the most efficient play in basketball is the corner 3. Outside of maybe an open layup.
Yeah.
Still. At least from the analytical point of view. I know you're not a huge analytics guy.
I think it depends on the league.
Span for 3, short. Rebound there by Buckley. I know you love your long 2s.
If they're open.
K2 sidestep 3, heat check in, 1!
Oh. Going for the 4.
K2 looking for the 4-point play. And Brady Clark all in his face. And, I mean,
like I said, if you're Humber, you don't want to let K2 warm up, because they'll mean a world to hurt if that's the case.
That is one of the toughest shots you'll see.
Four-point play right there.
And that's the 3rd attempt from the line, 3rd trip. The only time Niagara's gotten to the line has been via an and 1. Desjardins over for Anderson, given away. Span able to hang on to it.
Span almost ran into the ref there.
As it's turned over, Burke, Desjardins, and it'll be thrown down by Adrian Alui.
We talked about not seeing a dunk, MJ. There's one right there.
Commentator's jinx.
For the wrong team. Buckley getting the screen from McBenhay. Buckley loses that ball by Desjardins. Desjardins one-on-one now with Christopher Span. And a tough lay by Desjardins. Tons of contact. And he'll head to the strike for the three-point play. And some words between Christopher Span and Malik Grant on that Humber sideline. As Span will have a seat. That's his second.
Like I said earlier, it's really heartbreaking whenever you give up any of those unnecessary fast break fouls.
Desjardins misses the first, a 77.8% free throw shooter. McBenhay tries to put it up. Buckley had his fingertips on it, but it's Desjardins with it. Desjardins defended by Samuel, gets the screen. Desjardins looking to pass the ball, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Burke driving in. Burke with the right, tons of contact, rolls around and in. It took about 5 or 6 seconds for that to fall, and the foul will go on difference. And having to be careful because I think difference smacked the netting, and that very well could have been offensive interference, basket interference.
Thinking of that as well.
That's me stuck in my football brain.
Yeah.
With offensive interference.
K2 was the culprit.
K2, I thought it was different. NFL Sunday, of course, or wild card weekend, I should say, this weekend. As the free throws missed. Alui, wide open for three in the corner is Desjardins. No good. Off the hand of Ladu Laku, fresh into the game for NC. Nearly given away and is. K2 with the vertical contest. Up and in. And Humber takes the lead for the first time in a long time.
Caden's lucky he didn't get called for a foul there. That looked like a pretty strong whack.
Buckley asks for the screen. Buckley gets doubled. Over for Messier in the corner. The lucky lefty is unlucky on that shot. Messier gets his fingertips on that ball. Samuel gets the steal over for K2. 4:05 left in this second quarter. Moore, spin move, gets fouled, and he'll want free throws, won't get it. Both teams with 3 fouls committed in the quarter.
Bit of a half-hearted attempt on the part of K2 there to sell that.
Coming in for Humber, number 10. Coming in for Humber, number 9.
Can't say I don't agree with you, MJ. I don't say that very much.
Broken clock's right twice a day.
Buckley over for Samuel. He'll try the tray. No good. And Desjardins picks up the rebound. Desjardins drives in. Bounce pass. And it's picked up by K2. K2 now 3-on-3. Moore into the corner. Buckley. He'll try the three. Joe Buck knocks down the tray. And NC back on top by 2. Alui gets stripped by Samuel. 3-on-1 now the other way. Sky bounce pass for Messier and off of his foot.
Little mistimed that one.
Coming in for Humber, number 6 and number 22.
You could see Skylar Samuel say "my bad" to Stephen Jean Mazidar, the native of Quebec. Bounce pass into the paint with the left. No good by Lewis. And now here comes Sky. Sky driving up from the free throw line. That's Cash. Sky getting to his spots. And NC in a 2-3 zone in the early goings. Good hands from Mazidar. As he'll take it up with the left and will lay it in. Could have been a foul.
Great patience on the lay-in.
Here's Burke. Over here with Jackson. Put up with the right scoop shot. And Tim Morant lays it up and in. Averages at 1.8 points per game on the season.
Coach Miles, I think, not happy with this lineup. We got two Humbers looking to come on in.
Buckley gets doubled. Laku, give and go back to Buckley. Into the corner, K2, open for three. Too strong as Laku picks up the offensive rebound. Samuel, defended by Jackson. Back out for K2, 5 on the shot clock. K2 gets stripped, and now the other way here with Ndongo. Leaves it short, offensive rebound chance. Good hustle from K2. Could have been a block, but I mean, nonetheless, you'll take the free throws. It'll send Tim Morant to the free throw line, who's shooting 42.9% on the season. And we'll get a timeout called from Coach Laquan.
That was a good example of both the right thing and the wrong thing to do right there on a fast break. Because initially K2 saw that the play was away from him, so he didn't commit a bad foul. But then smash cut to 2 seconds later where coming back off of another rebound, he commits a bad foul.
That was good help from Ndongo, left it short. And good hustle. Oh, got cut off, but it was good hustle from K2 on that potential layup attempt. And
yeah, I think the general rule of thumb is on those fast breaks, contest, don't foul.
As we'll take a look at K2. Faked out the camera person. Faked out me too. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But a beautiful pass from Caden Moore. I didn't know he had that in his game, the flashy passes.
Little Jay Williams.
Jay Williams.
Back in the day.
That's ball knowledge right there. You got that unk ball knowledge.
Well, I like to bring some to the table every now and again.
2 shots.
And Morant will go to the line for a pair. As the first is no good.
For viewers at home, somebody in the Knights stands has a vuvuzela.
I believe it is Emma Venditelli. Who is the guilty culprit. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Usually it's a different person who has it every game on the girls' team when the guys play, bringing the energy. As Mazidar gets that strip. Samuel stops up Mazidar. In the corner, Buckley. He gets doubled, nearly loses the ball, and does. It'll stay with NC. Of course, the guys' team always bringing the energy for the girls, and it's good to see them return the favor.
Yes, definitely mutually supportive of each other, which is always collegial to see.
Buckley at the top of the key. Over for Samuel, defended by Brady Clark. Samuel, spin move up with the right, gets fouled. and he'll go to the line.
Currently, I'd say the Knights are starting to revert back to the drive hard and hope for something offense that they employed a lot last semester.
Coming in on number 11 for Humber.
I mean, that's part of Sky's game. You go back to last year, averaged around 5 free throws attempted a game. And of course, a big part of his game is getting to the rim, getting to the cup, and finishing this year only down to 1 free throw attempt a game, as that one's no good. And I mean, last year he was like 78% from the stripe, and this year he's down to 46.2.
And coming back to your earlier point about threes, that's the type of move where you got to recognize that you can kick out and get an open look.
And NC has guys who certainly can shoot the ball. Not really anyone outside of maybe 1 or 2 guys that can't shoot at a good enough level. Mesidar keeps it alive. It may be a 2-for-1 chance now for Sky. Sky will slow things down. He gets double. Samuel able to keep it alive. Laku. Dribble handoff for Buckley. Deep 3. And Joseph Buckley knocks down the deep tray. And NC up by 7 with 10 seconds left to go. Bounce pass into the corner. Lewis. Sidestep 3 to end the half. No good from Antwi. And NC with a bit of a surprising, I'd say, coming in. You'd think Humber would control the tempo, but NC up by 7 in the first half. Of course, no Malik Grant, but no Isaiah Panam for the flip side of things. We'll take a look at this pull-up jump shot from Mr. Skylar Samuel. And I mean, when he can get into that spot, he's pretty much automatic. That's where he's been so productive. NC up by 7. We'll step aside for about 15 minutes as the Knights with the first half lead.
I'd say the strength of the program is just its variety. Whether you're looking to go radio, television, or film, there's always something for everyone. And even inside those specific streams, there's anything you could possibly want. You could direct, you could do audio, you can tape cables down if that's what you like. There's always something for everyone.
This program not only prepared me with the vast skills of editing, television production, the foundations I really need, but I think it really provided me with a strong work ethic in order to complete programs, deadlines. You know, with live television specifically is one of those things where, you know, you don't have opportunities to take breaks. It's really that foundation to what the real world is like in the world of television.
The program does an amazing job of preparing us for real life. Hands-on cameras, hands-on like you're in a real radio station. Through 3 years, that's massive. And a lot of programs don't offer that, but the first day you're in NC, you're in the labs, you're on the radio, you're touching electronics, you're touching microphones, you're getting to know all the technology, and it's great. They really prepare you for that real life scenario, right? So as soon as you step out the door of NC, you can go work at a radio station, you can go work at a news station and know what to expect because you've been there before.
I love the facilities that we get to work in. I love that I get to, you know, sit in this radio lab and look at these boards and like be in the industry. Every day I come to school, I really feel immersed in my education.
I find the teachers here are very helpful. They do care about everything they do. They always try to push you in the right way to do better. And as long as you put some kind of effort into your work and show that you care, they will be behind you and support you to make sure you succeed.
I love my teachers. I think that they are like the driving force of this program. I think they care about each student so much.
I think one of the big things that I take away from the college is really about the staff, the instructors, the professors that work here. They really care about the students and their success, and I think that really resonated for me when I was here and also when I left here, which is one of the reasons why I like to come back and kind of give back to the students that are here now.
We've had a ton of different opportunities and great opportunities. For example, Canada Games. I had an opportunity to do some play-by-play for that for baseball and volleyball. So that was a pretty cool opportunity for me. As well as doing the college sports games, I do a lot of play-by-play for that. Volleyball, basketball. So that's a really good opportunity. Some of the opportunities that I've got being part of the program.
The 1-1. And that ball's ripped into right center field. That'll get down, and that's going to get past the right fielder and roll all the way to the wall. Rounding third base is McDonald. He'll score. It's a double. And BC, just like that, is within one.
Forced turnover. Here's Stewart. Euro step to the basket. Reverse. Count it.
What a finish.
And the foul. Stewart, another turnover on Sheridan. Mitchell, heat check. She got it. Oh my, Taryn Mitchell.
120 seconds away from the beginning of this second quarter between the Knights and the Hawks. Niagara up by 7 thanks to Caden Moore, and one of the nicest plays you'll see all season long. K2 with the 4-point play, as we'll see in just a moment. I mean, there's Isaiah. Brady Clark read it really well, a little bit too much of a contest, and it was nothing but net for K2, who, we talked about it early in the broadcast, MJ, has really taken the leap from downtown. His first season here, MJ, 15.2% from 3, and now up to 34.8 in year 3.
The number's going in the right direction on that one.
And if he comes back for next year, on pace for 40-something, of course.
That's a percentage that keeps the defense honest.
K2, the third year from Cambridge, Ontario. He's now one of the leaders in this program. I talked about this before, but I talked to Caden Stewart last year at around mid-February for their playoff game. He said to me, next year this is Caden's team, and he's become a leader of this team, which is fairly young. But maybe he doesn't have the flashiest numbers or whatnot, but he certainly feels like the captain of this team, the leader for NC and his team as they look to get back to 500. They took down Cannondor at the end of November and have a 7-point lead at the end of the first half. Alex Vandenhack, MJ Graham here with you as Joseph Buckley gets it in the backcourt. Span out for Samuel. Buckley stops up, gets the screen from Fisher. As we'll get a foul, it'll be on Alui, as Buckley got doubled at the end of the shot clock. 14 will be put back on.
Bit of a bailout for Niagara there.
I was just going to say the same thing. And Niagara, I think, is something that's concerning for Humber. Niagara's only shot 5 free throws, and they're up by 7. They've only had one trip to the line that isn't a 3-point play, as the offensive rebound is picked back up. And the rejection from Fisher Jackson. But Humber already with 14 free throws attempted. Granted, they've only made 8 of them. But if Niagara can start to get more of a call, that's certainly an advantage for them in these last 20 minutes. Brady Clark, the 3, no good. Offensive rebound picked up by Kazadi. Back out Kazadi. He'll line up the 3 and he'll leave it short. Offensive rebound picked up by Antwi. 3 again, no good. And picked up yet again by Kazadi. Burke. 8 on the shot clock. Into the paint and laid up and in from Benny Kazadi. And now here comes K2. Caden off the window and in. K2 with the float game as NC restores their 7-point lead.
Making a stop by the bank.
Banks are open Friday nights. Deep 3, no good from Dwayne Burke. As the N1 is in for Kazadi. And you can see some frustration from Christopher Span.
I believe him and Sky had a bit of an exchange there. Girls team attempting to influence this from the stands.
as the three-point play is converted and Humber has it back down to 4. Buckley, that's the screen from Fisher. Buckley hands it off to Span, off the window and in. A nice dish from Joseph Buckley, as it'll get whistled down as the ball makes its way towards the wall.
One thing Niagara's definitely adjusted to from earlier on in the season is they're not spinning out of control. In many of the games we've called, we've gotten to a point where they commit a bunch of fast break turnovers, try and push the pace a little too much. You're doing a good job of just staying reasonably paced, making Humber work for it.
It's back open corner 3 for Kazadi. And now here's Joseph Buckley. Screen set by Fisher. Over for Samuel. Samuel defended by Brady Clark. Free throw line jump shot, no good. As it's brought down by Louie. A hard fall from Kazadi. I believe Caden Moore is going to get called for the foul. As difference Igbenhe and Noah Lee, it'll be on Samuel. Benny Kazidi played collegiately in the state of Texas and Kansas, coming home for year 3 and playing for Humber. Did you hear that?
Yeah, for listeners at home, it appears as though somebody from the Niagara Knights stands has some sort of sound effects machine on top of the vuvuzela that is there.
As Igbenhe is going to get called for a lane violation, I believe. I think someone might have gotten into the Bluetooth speaker.
Reminiscent of the soccer teams. The Knights soccer team, specifically the women's, who had a speaker, I believe they nicknamed Penelope, something like that.
Penelope, that's right. I've never seen that before.
Curious sequence there.
Buckley, top of the key, spin move. Looking for Moore. Moore calling for the screen from Igbenhe. Moore into the corner. Buckley, he'll try the tray. Too strong. The rebound brought down by Louie. Into the paint for Kazadi, put up and in. And Humber has it within 1 possession. Screen set by Igbenhe. Lee having to stop up. Here's Moore. Moore, sidestep 3 and in. Caden Moore with a tough shot. And he cans it. And NC able to stop the bleeding as they're back up to 5.
I think Caden was looking for a foul on that one as well.
Back into the corner. That three's good for Dwayne Burke, as he makes his second 3 of the day. Up to 6 points in the early going. The leading scorers, Caden Moore and Benny Kazidi for Humber. Noah Lee gets double near midcourt. Igbenhe goes in, spin move. He'll get called for the travel. As Sky will have a seat for Ladu Laku. A great one here so far from the Simply Financial Athletic Center. Niagara has been able to play Humber well for the most part, as that three's in, and Humber takes the lead. It's Noah Lee. Give it over for Igbenhe. Moore drives in, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul. And a quick 7-0 run for the Hawks. As Humber outscoring Niagara 15-7 in this third quarter. Humber showing why they're the best in the East Western Conference. Into the corner, wide open for three is Zaddy. Post move, post fade, put up, and no good. And it's kept alive and back out with Antwi. Antwi trying to get past Igbenhe, 7 on the shot clock. Lee, defended by Burke. Moore gets the steal and a chance now to run for the Knights. Laku, into the corner, Igbenhe, taking a tumble. There's one of the Hawks, and Moore just able to get that ball, 10 on the shot clock. Moore nearly losing it, up with the right and in. I don't think that's how K2 drew it up, but K2 still with the 2 points as Niagara retakes the lead.
A hideous possession that's successful is still successful.
And Antwi will slow things down, defended by the first-year guard Lee. Free throw line shot, no good. And Ladu Laku will pick up the board. Lee drives in, nice move. Fall away, shot is nothing but pure for Noah Lee, who had a career-high 8 points against Cannondor. Picks up his first basket of the day.
Next whistle, there's a big lineup change coming for Humber. We got 4 Humber players set to check in.
Laku thought about the three, dribbles it off his foot, and Morant gets the turnover. Hook pass into the corner. It's taken up and gets stuffed. But Igbenhe is going to get called for the foul.
Not sure I agree with that one.
It looked like it was all ball. You can see Igbenhe and Moore in conversation. Ooh. That looked like it was all ball.
Yeah, it looked clean.
And the first is no good. And Savage knocks down the second. Niagara still up by 2 in this third quarter. Been treated to a great game. Caden Moore, tough shot, and he knocks it down. And NC back up by 2 possessions. Back over here with Morant. Savage, top of the key, defended by Buckley. Savage drives in, tough shot. 2 white jerseys on him, and maybe a 2-on-1 now the other way. Lee takes it up with the right off the glass and in. Noah Lee with the tough finish, and Niagara up by 7. Niagara's sideline starting to get nice and noisy as it'll be Niagara ball. You can see the excitement by Caden Moore. It's actually 54-48. There was an error in-house on the score. Corrected, a 6-point lead for the Hawks as Lee will get the screen from Laku. Laku top of the key. Lee calling for it. Noah Lee driving in. Oh, for Mesidar. Mesidar, he tries the tray, and it rattles around and out. And a chance for Morant and the Hawks to run. Here's Savage. And a turnover for NC, a chance for Mesidar to run. Mesidar with the left, can't finish, just too short. And the intensity of this game certainly picking up. Morant loses it, thanks to Buckley, a chance to run for Mesidar. Mesidar puts it up with the left.
Able to make up for that one he just missed a moment ago.
Nice pass from Joseph Buckley. And Niagara has it up to 3 possessions. Desjardins drives in with Laku on him. Laku got a piece of it. But Lewis able to finish. Buckley in transition responds as NC with the 8-point lead. Savage defended by Mesidar. Moore with the help. Ball comes loose and it's picked back up by Lewis. And we'll get a foul. It'll be 2 free throws.
I think K2 thought he got a jump ball there.
Coming in for Humber, number 12, number 23.
So it'll be Luca Lewis who will go to the stripe. Lucas Lewis will go to the stripe.
Coach Miles making use of his bench. Contrasted with Coach Laquan, who's playing a pretty tight roster.
Haven't seen Nathan Reed, Carter Bone, or Ryan Darkwa, who's back with the team this semester. As that one way too strong. But of course, a bunch of roster moves in today's game. As the second one's no good, Igbenhe picks up the rebound as the clock just now starting. Maybe a break for NC as now Buckley is defended by Burke. Laku, hand off for Buckley. Buckley into the corner, Igbenhe, he'll try the 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Mesidar, back out for Igbenhe. Igbenhe into the corner, Laku for 3, no good. A couple of great looks for NC, but they'll end this third quarter, MJ, with a 3-possession lead, up 58-50.
Yeah, they got a head of steam going into this fourth quarter. I believe they can maintain it.
Both of these teams short-handed, of course. Caden Moore with the shot off the window has really played well here today. K2 had a disappointing first half and has really turned it up in this one here today. 19 points in 3 quarters and a tough shot from K2. 3 of 5 from 3, 7 of 9 from the floor. He's a perfect 4 of 4 from 2-point range, an assist and a rebound. And on the flip side, Benny Kazidi with 11 points, Dwayne Burke with 9 of his own. And there's this, I don't know what you'd call it. I guess 2 points.
Yeah.
But
a whirling dervish.
I don't know what it was, but when you're lucky, and K2 was able to get the layup as we're 50 seconds away from the beginning of this fourth quarter.
If I can offer one bit of advice to K2, maybe consider not hitting the deck after quite as many shots. Because it felt like he went down after 4 or 5 shots.
Caden in his third year out of Cambridge, Ontario, and has become a leader for this Humber Hawks club. And as we'll have a look at Joe's steal and a QB1 pass off for Mezidar.
Going forward, the Knights do have to, though, be careful with those ones because they've had a lot of difficulty with that throughout this season.
You're absolutely right, MJ. But today they've been able to
keep it together.
Keep it together, thank you. And NC, I mean, you go into this, you go back to last year, they started their first half 2-6. And they finished the second half 8-2. And NC with a disappointing 4-5 record in their first half of the season. You hope Laquan can get another second half run out of his team as we saw last year. And I will say the Knights definitely have looked like a much different team here today. And this one, Mezidar over for Span, back in the game here.
Much more disciplined than they've been earlier in the season.
And as you say that, it's turned over. Dwayne Burke stops up. Here's Antwi over. There's Brady Clark who misses the shot. Mezidar just happy to slow things down. Mezidar over for Ben Hay.
I think Ben Hay might have walked there.
Span with the floater, no good, but he'll go to the line. And he'll have a chance to get the lead up to double digits. As K2, who had 18 points, my mistake. Oh, it'll be an offensive foul, I believe. But K2 back in the game with 18 points in this first 3 quarters. Here's Antwi. Antwi. Chance for Laku, as Laku was up in the air, and Alui will go to the line.
Laku bit a little bit too hard on that one. As we see here on the replay, he's already midway in the air before the shot even gets up.
Did he hit him on the head?
Possibly. A little tap on the noggin.
First is good. And it'll be one shot for Adrian Alui, a 66.7% free throw shooter coming into today as he knocks down both with Mr. Buckley checking back in. Buckley, he gets doubled, nearly loses the ball, go out. And it'll stay with NC with 5 seconds left on the clock. Have to get something up quick here. You can see on your screen there, there's an offensive foul. Malik Grant unavailable in the lineup for NC here today with a comment to Caden Moore.
Yes, he's definitely been talkative despite being on the bench.
Malik Grant with one of the best resumes out of anyone, not just in men's basketball, but anyone in the OCAA. And it's into the corner and played here by Burke. He'll try the tray, no good. And the rebound picked up by Alui. Antwi, he drives in, floater is no good. McBenhay with the rebound. Buckley Gets the screen from Igbenhe, nearly loses it. And Coach Lewis wanted to travel in sense. Could have been a technical foul. As Span gets rejected and a chance to run now the other way. It's put up and in. And Pizzatti, with his layup, causes Niagara to call a timeout. As Humber has it now within 2 possessions.
Niagara a little bit skittish to start this quarter.
Started out Humber, that is, on a 4-0 run. Niagara 16 in the first, 23 in the second, 19 in the third. So have been around that 20-point plateau, averaging 19.3 points per quarter. As there's a look at C3 getting rejected.
Niagara's just got to calm it down. Don't try and push to the limit.
Niagara had an upset win on November the 8th against St. Clair. He was one of, if not the best team in the Western Division. And they've been the only team that's been able to take down Humber. And Niagara has played Humber quite well here so far. Granted, no Malik Grant, who is probably going to win the MVP this year. Although I think Parker Davis deserves some love, currently leading the OCAA in scoring. But, I mean, we talked about Malik Grant's splits from the field. They're absurd. 48, 49, 94 splits for the reigning MVP.
Yeah, the Knights really catching a break on that one.
Buckley loses it into the corner with Mesidar. He'll try the tray. No good. And it's brought down by Aloui. Antwi lays it up with the right, can't finish. And the Knights now a chance to run 3-on-1. Mesidar with the right, off the glass. And NC has it back up to 6. Span trying for that steal as it's up and in. As the Knights get burned off that steal attempt.
Looked like he may have even got a piece of it.
Igbenhe bringing it up the floor, taking this one in himself. He gets rejected, but he'll go to the line for a pair of free throws. And NC, you mentioned it, especially during the first half, he didn't really get to the line at all. I mean, it was mostly just off of 3-point plays. Is that foul picked up on Aloui, or if you're Caden Moore, the 4-point play. But NC's done a better job of getting to the stripe here in this second half. As difference knocks down the first. Igbenhe, a 56.5% free throw shooter on the campaign, has really struggled in the month of November, has looked good here today and more of an opportunity. And it's over here with Kazadi. Lewis, defended by Igbenhe. Lewis gets doubled. Float shot up and in by Burke. And Humber has it within 1 possession. Buckley, triple handoff. Buckley steps back. Buckley spin move, keeps it. Span with 3 in the corner. He'll try the 3. No good. And Igbenhe had his hands on that ball. A chance for Humber to tie, as
that was late.
Savage will get called. And Caden Moore does not like the call. That'll be his 3rd personal. Sorry, it'll be called on Stephen John Mesidar. his second, as the first rattles around and in. And still more of those goofy noises.
Somebody found the soundboard app.
Mesidar up by 1 with 5.5 left in this fourth quarter. Alex Vandenhack, MJ Graham, who've been treated to a great one here today. Caden Moore, fading shot, no good. Bit of a heat check for K2. And it's back out with Brady Clark. Into the corner. The three rattles around, no good. As lots of bodies fighting for that rebound. And they'll say Kazadi was out of bounds when he picked up that ball. Will go to NC.
Coming in for Humber, number 24.
The Knights have to avoid the stagnant offense they've been engaging in the last bunch of possessions.
Here's Span. Back out for Samuel. Nearly fumbled that ball as Sky asked for the screen. Won't take it, and we'll give it to Igbenhay. Igbenhay drives in, puts it up with the left and in. Difference, Igbenhay through contact, gets the lay and restores the three-point lead.
He's a tough guy to stop when he gets his momentum going into the paint.
Lewis gets doubled in the paint, and the rebound will make its way back out with Antwi. Span takes a hard fall. That'll be okay, as Joseph Buckley will come into the game. And taking the contact from Nathan Savage. And now here comes Sky. Moore out for Span. Span gets doubled. Tough shot, no good. As bodies flying all over the floor. And now here comes Savage. Back out for and no good. Off the hands of Lewis. It'll be out of play. A chance to tie this one up is no good for Humber, as Noah Lee will check in for Christopher Span. Christopher Span with 9 points on the day, 4 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the charity strike. And Coach Hilton will give the rookie a chance here in crunch time. Igbenhay. Igbenhay trying to get around Alui. He'll take it up, no good. Skylar on the glass, puts it up and in. Skylar Samuel restores the 2-possession lead with 3.5 left here in this fourth quarter. Antwi over for Savage. Burke. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Screen set by Kazadi. Into the corner. Cut pass and rejected by Skylar Samuel as the putback is up and in for Adrian Alui. As he'll have a chance to get it down to 2 with 3:14 left in this fourth quarter.
Not a foul you want to give up right
now. Alui is 66.7% free throw shooter. Igbenhay with 4 personal fouls, as he'll have to have a seat. Ladu Laku back into the game. As Alui finishes the 3-point play. And it's back with K2 with 3:10 left in the fourth. Lee calling for a screen. Lee driving to the cup, up with the left, can't finish. And it's picked up here by Antwi. Antwi kicked out for Savage. Nearly lost it and having to pick it back up. Antwi defended by Lee, getting the screen. A mismatch now. Savage on the key. Fadeaway shot is no good, and the rebound picked up by Kazadi, and we'll get a foul off the ball. And Humber now in the bonus with 2.5 left in this fourth quarter. A chance for Kazadi to tie this game up. A 72% free throw shooter on the campaign. Foul is going to go on Skylar Samuel. And that's the end of his day. 5 fouls on Sky. As Mezidar will check into this game. And difference Igbenhe already with 4 personals, MJ. So it's going to be important to stay disciplined. Christopher Spann with 3.
Coach Laquan just choosing to let it ride with difference.
As the first is no good for Kazadi. Humber, if they lose this game, will have to look at the charity stripe and think, we left a lot at the line. 17 of 27, make it 17 of 28 as they get the offensive rebound, kick back out for Antwi. Savage. Here's Kazadi. Kazadi. The Knights want the travel, won't get it. And a chance, it'll be picked up at the end of the shot clock. It'll be a shot clock violation, and the Hawks want the shot clock reset. It's going to stay with Niagara. As Coach Laquan delivering instructions for his guys. 2 timeouts remaining for Coach Laquan and 3 timeouts remaining for Omar Miles and the Humber Hawks as the officials will have a discussion. An absolute treat of a game to be here at the Simply Financial Athletic Center. The Knights taking on a shorthanded Humber Hawks squad.
For those watching at home, yeah, you're definitely getting your money's worth, as it said.
As it'll stay a shot clock violation.
Well, we have a bit of a pause here. I'd also like to take a quick second to thank the production team, because without them, we wouldn't be able to broadcast this to you in your home.
Done a great job here in this one, of course, in the girls' game as well. And it's Moore who'll leave it in open space for Buckley. Screen set by Igbenhe. Buckley out for Spann. Spann into the corner for Mezidar. Moore, 10 on the shot clock, out for Mezidar. He'll try the tray. Too strong. Igbenhe gets the board, and he'll get fouled. It'll be side out. And that's the foul to give for Humber. So both teams now in the bonus.
Coach Miles had a little bit of a conversation with one of the refs.
Igbenhe with 7 points and 8 boards. And 14 on the shot clock, back out for Igbenhe. 2-point game with under 2 to go. Igbenhe fakes the dribble handoff. He'll take it up, and no good. A chance to run now the other way with Savage. Savage puts it up and gets rejected by Mezidar as a foul called, and a chance for Nathan Savage to tie this game up at the charity stripe with 105 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Brady Clark makes the first. An 88.2% free throw shooter on the season, 85% last year. reigning 6th man of the year for the Humber Hawks.
Nice fans making some noise.
As he knocks both down, and we're tied at 65. And here's Buckley. Buckley defended by Burke. McBenhay coming for the screen. Buckley loses it out of bounds. 9 on the shot clock. Buckley wanted the foul. Both teams in the bonus. Humber without a foul to give. It'll be side out with 9 seconds. Moore in for Span as it's turned over, and now a chance for Antwi. Here's Burke. Back out for Brady Clark. Out into the corner. Burke for 3. He knocks it down, and Humber takes the lead for the first time in this fourth quarter. With 69 seconds left in the fourth, the Knights are going to have to draw something up. Coach Laquan using his second timeout that he had remaining. And a clutch shot for Dwayne Burke in the starting lineup here today. Had 16 points on November the 19th against Mohawk, including 8 of 13 from the charity stripe.
Knights at risk of having a second home game which they lose in the last 90 seconds.
So out of the timeout, it's going to be Buckley, Span, Mesidar, Moore, and Igbenhay, the lineup that's gotten them here to this point. Skylar Samuel fouling out. And here comes Mesidar. Mesidar calling for the screen. Defended by Savage. Mesidar in the corner. K2 tries the tray. No good. And the rebound picked up by Alui. Humber content to just let the clock trickle down. It's Antwi. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Over for Burke. Here's Savage. 8 on the shot clock. Defended by Span. Savage takes it up and in. With 33 seconds left to go, NC down by 5. Going to have to get something quick. Span. Igbenhay takes it in, and he'll throw it down. 1 second game clock, shot clock differential, and Coach Lewis is going to have to call timeout.
Cameron's going to look at that one. Here we go. Igbenhay making a deposit.
Igbenhay throws it down. The bench loved it. But NC gonna have to, in all likelihood, just play the foul game throughout the rest of this game and try and get the ball back. Hopefully, with being down 1 possession, and the biggest shot of the game belongs to Dwayne Burke. Hit that huge 3, which gave them the lead. So Humber not advancing the ball. It'll be the same 5. And we'll take a look at that clutch shot from Burke. It is nothing but net. And NC not ready. It'll be Laku who will come in. NC getting ready to foul. You imagine right off the inbound of the ball. Savage. Dribble handoff And Savage will go to the line for a pair.
Niagara, number 23, Lago. Coming in for Niagara, number 10, difference EFC.
2 shots, 2.
So Savage with a chance to put it up to a 4-possession game. As the first one rattles in, NC down by 4. 1 timeout remaining for both teams. As the second's no good, Laku with the rebound. Here comes Moore, defended by Savage. Handoff for Spen, he'll try the 3, and he makes it. Christopher Spen with a clutch 3, and we're back within 1 with 14.8 left in this fourth quarter. So MJ, no matter what, on this last possession, assuming you get a rebound, you're gonna get a chance to tie the game.
We might be heading to overtime, which would be first for this season.
I think if we go to overtime, I'm going to lose about 2 or 3 years off my life.
If we go to overtime, I'm going to need to sleep in tomorrow morning.
Well, we're back at it tomorrow with volleyball at 1 and 3 o'clock. Can't sleep in that late.
Yeah, I'll take a half an hour if I can get it.
Although your sleeping in's probably till, what, 9 o'clock?
Maybe 8:30.
8:30? Yeah, I'm the opposite. Both teams in discussion. Laku was able to get that defensive rebound, was in the game because Igbenhe has 4 fouls. And even if Humber makes both and they foul early, or sorry, even if you don't make a layup or get a basket within and get the ball back, you still have a chance. But you're going to have to hope for a steal or a foul here. As Savage will get it in for Brady Clark as he gets fouled. And I think Lee wanted that foul a few seconds earlier. He was really whacking him.
Yeah, that call came maybe 3 or 4 hacks too late.
And Noah Lee, Isaiah Brady Clark, a 88.2% free throw shooter, will be at the stripe. He shot 3 of 4 from the line here today as Coach Lewis will have a conversation with his guys. As the crowd players wanting to get the crowd going. Brady Clark, the first is no good. Brady Clark to get it up to a 2-point game. He makes it as Coach Hilton is going to call a timeout and a chance to tie or take the lead with 12.8 seconds left to go.
I think if you're Coach Laquan, I would consider tossing it down into the post with Igbenhe.
Igbenhe, 4 of 8 from the floor, 9 points, 8 rebounds. And one of the best games, I think the best game we've seen here this season so far. Maybe the exception to the Lambton game or the Conestoga game for men's basketball. But every single game we've gotten here so far has just been an absolute thriller. And
Knights refusing to lay down.
Even if you don't get something here, the game is certainly not over. But if you're Coach Hilton, knowing that in mind, Do you go quick or do you want the last shot?
I want the last shot.
As we'll take a look at Christopher Span's clutch 3 with 17 seconds on the clock. It's part of the reason why NC has a chance to tie or take the lead. It'll be Caden Moore to inbound. Moore in for Igbenhay. And Igbenhay is going to go to the line, I believe, side out. That was their foul to give. So now both teams in the bonus. 10 seconds exactly on the clock. It'll be Moore to inbound. No timeouts for either side. Here's Moore in for Igbenhay. Igbenhay trying to get to the rack. He'll try the mid-range shot. Got it! Difference Igbenhay as he knocks down the clutch shot. And I believe Humber has called a timeout, and they don't have one.
Which would be a foul.
Which would be a technical foul. And that's what it's going to be. Oh, pardon me, no, it won't. It will be, they stopped the play. So we'll have 4.5 seconds and a chance for Humber to win the game. Savage to inbound. 3 seconds on the clock. Savage in the corner, the layup is up and in. Isaiah Brady Clark lays it up. Well, they say it counts, they say it will. And Isaiah Brady Clark gets the game winner.
Humber acting like this is the championship.
With under a second left, a blown defensive coverage allows Isaiah Brady Clark to win the game.
Yeah, that was up. Of all the ways to lose, that's one of the ones you probably feel the most.
Heartbreak from the Humber Hawks to the Niagara College Knights. But I mean, that's a game, at least for NC, that you can certainly hold your hat on. You lost right at the buzzer against one of, if not the best team in the association. Wow. I'm at a loss for words, MJ.
Yeah, that's not how a game usually ends.
Isaiah Brady Clark, the hero for the Humber Hawks. My name's Alex Vandenhack. As we've got some pushing and shoving at half court. Stephen John Mesidar is incensed, including Difference Igbenhay, as cooler heads will prevail. I don't know if something was said, as there's a look at Stephen John Mesidar, and we'll take a look at Difference's clutch shot.
Just when you thought the game was over.
I thought that Humber had called a timeout. You had seen on the Humber sideline, it looked like they had called timeout, but they didn't. And a break for Humber. As we'll sign off, Alex Vandenhack and MJ Graham, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you're here in person for Thumbs Down to Cancer for our volleyball games here tomorrow against the Fanshawe Falcons. And have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow here from the Simply Financial Athletics Center.